Hey cuties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Quori-Tyler, aka QT, aka Books with QT, and in today's video, I'm having my reality star friends choose my next read. This has been a video I've been wanting to do for a very long time because, as you might know, the two major things in my life are being on reality TV and reading books and making book content. So I wanted to bring my worlds together because I actually have a lot of friends that I've met on different reality shows that are huge book lovers. So I felt like it would be cool to incorporate them somehow into this video. I have a list of people that I know are like interested in reading, or just some fun people that I think would choose good books for me. Some people that I know have read a lot of books that are similar to my taste. I'm also going to ask them if they have a book in mind that they think I would like. I'm going to send them a picture of two different books and they get to choose from those two books which book I read next. So first person we started off with is my friend Hannah from The Mole and Perfect Match. Kind of. I mean, if you've seen anything on social media recently about Perfect Match Season 3, you know that me and Hannah were slightly edited out of the show, but that's a tale for another time. But she's from The Mole. I'm absolutely obsessed with her. She is one of the best strategists on a TV game show that we've seen in a while, and I can't wait to see what else she does in reality TV. But she's also a huge reader, and we have very similar taste in books. We read almost all of the same books all the time. We're constantly talking about like romance and fantasy, etc, etc, etc. So I knew she would be a good person to start this one out with. The two books that I gave her to choose from are Nightingale and If He Had Been With Me. If He Had Been With Me has been on my TBR for a long time. I know that it's a very sad book and people say that they cry and sob during it, so I'm not prepared for that, but I feel like it's time to get into the feels, especially it's like fall time now, so it might be a good time to be a little bit sad. And then Nightingale is the second book in the Lightlark series, and when I messaged her, she said that she's actually read both of these books so far, and she thinks that I will like this one a little bit better right now. So our first book of the video is going to be If He Had Been With Me, thanks to the beautiful Hannah Berner. So let's get to reading. I was reading all night last night. If He Had Been With Me, actually not all night, but until I was falling asleep I was reading. So I got about a little over 30 pages in, and so far so good. I'm liking the setup of it all. I thought that I knew more about what happened in this book than turns out I do. So I'm excited to be taken in for the journey. I don't even fully know. I know that someone dies. Obviously, that's the whole point of this book, but I actually don't even know exactly who it is and who this person is to our main character that's telling the story. There was something in my head that I expected that I don't know if that's true yet. I don't know. That's all I have to say. But it's a very easy read. The words are pretty big, and yeah, so I'm gonna continue to read. Let's do a little reading update for If He Had Been With Me. I'm officially over 100 pages into the book. I'm gonna take these glasses off. I'm silly. 100 pages into the book. I was reading a bunch last night and I'm really enjoying it. I will say, I feel like I always say this about some books and I feel like it comes off negatively, but I actually mean it pretty positively. It's a little bit choppy. Like the sentences, there's no run-on sentences. There's no super long sentences. Everything is pretty short, a lot of dialogue. So it's very easy to get through and to read. And I enjoy books like that because I feel like I get from point A to point B and it makes sense to me. It's not like too much going on. So I'm enjoying that. Don't say that I feel fully invested in the people we're reading about yet, but I can see myself getting there. Again, I'm only 100 pages in. I still have about 200 pages left. But where I am right now, like I don't think that I'm gonna cry over this book necessarily. But we shall see. My girl Hannah said that I'm gonna like this book a lot, and she's told me to read this actually before, like within the past year, so I know that she really likes it, and we have very similar tastes in books, so I trust her. So we're gonna see how it all turns out. But yeah, so far I like it. It's looking like a 3-star for me though. I could see the potential of it getting to a 4-star if I get a little bit more invested in these characters, if you know what I mean. But yeah, very easy read. I feel like I can sit there and just read it for a while and finish the book. So hopefully I actually finish it today, or get close to finishing it today and finish up tomorrow. All right, that's all she wrote. I'll talk to you soon. I feel like something is about to happen. So the whole time she's been telling this story in present tense, and then all of a sudden in the last like 2 chapters it's switched to past tense. Then Finn will, or no, maybe it's almost like future tense. She's saying what's about to happen instead of in present tense, if that makes sense. So I feel like something's shifting. For me to talk about If He Had Been With Me. I've sat with it for some hours. I went into Pilates class, which is why I kind of look a little bit crazy, but this book was really sad, more than I even expected. Even though going into it a lot of people told me to be sad about it, I thought that I knew kind of what the plot was, and that's why I was like, maybe I won't cry, maybe I will, I'm not sure, because I just thought I knew it was happening, but boy did I not. There's also something like after the main thing that happens, or something after that happens that shocked me, and it's just like, it was very emotional. I said yesterday when I talked to you guys, I think, that the writing was kind of choppy, but like in a good way, where the chapters are short and the sentences are short. I will say there's a certain turning point in the book where I feel like the characters kind of mature a little bit, and the writing style, I feel like, maybe it's just in my head, but I feel like the writing style changed towards the last like third of the book, which I appreciated and enjoyed. I would love to read this book again, because I think there's a lot of like Easter eggs and little things that I might have missed that I would pick up after knowing what happens at the end. As you can see, I did cry. I didn't sob though. I think because it's so hard, because it is really sad. And when I think about their story, I've been thinking about their story, the 2 main characters in this, I've been thinking about their story the whole day after reading this, and I keep getting really sad as if they're real people, and I'm just happy that they're not. But also I'm like, this could actually be something that happens to a real high school couple, and my heart just breaks. So that's why I want to give it a 5-star. I don't think I was getting that 5-star feeling until towards the end of the book, and the whole rest of the book was just good, but like a really good book, but not that 5-star feel throughout. So I think I'm landing at a 4-star for this. But it's time for us to move on to our next book, which means it's time for us to talk to our next reality star. The next reality star that's going to pick my next read is Rachel Recchia from The Bachelorette, The Bachelor, Perfect Match, all of the things. She was one of my castmates on Perfect Match, and she's the sweetest soul ever. And I know that she's a reader too. I see on her story sometimes she posts about books and stuff, and we seem to have a pretty similar taste. So I was interested to see which book she was going to pick. Okay, the 2 books I gave for her to pick between was Catherine Center's The Bodyguard and Touch of Shadows by Jessica Thorne. I've never even heard of this book. It was a book that I just picked up because the cover looked nice and the back of the book seemed interesting. And then The Bodyguard by Catherine Center has been a book that I've been wanting to read for a while. I've read one other Catherine Center book, The Rom-Commers, and absolutely loved it. So I think Catherine Center is an author that I'm just gonna kind of like her writing no matter what. So I texted Rachel, gave her the options. She said, I love this. A Touch of Shadows, 1000%. So we are going into a fantasy book. I haven't read a fantasy in a while, so this will be fun. I've been reading a lot of romance, contemporary romance, YA romance, so it'll be nice to get into something a little bit moodier and some world building. So let's get to reading A Touch of Shadows by Jessica Thorne. 2 seconds. I'm headed to an event, but I have about 100 pages left of A Touch of Shadows, and I honestly was about to DNF this book. I literally posted a TikTok last night, like, what do? I'm so bored. And I was only like 150 pages in, but then honestly, the next 50 pages got a lot better. So I will say it gets better, but it's still not great. But there's some big like thing that happens that kind of shifts where the book is going that I'm liking so far. So I'm glad I didn't DNF it because I think I want to get to the end and see what it's all about. But I was about to DNF it. The beginning is a little bit slow. And again, this is only a 280 page book, so I thought it would take me less time to read it, but I'm just not motivated to pick it up. But I'm going to an event tonight, and then when I come back home, I'm hoping to read the last 100 pages, hopefully, if I'm not too tired. But definitely by tomorrow, I should finish this book. I've also been listening to it on audiobook. The audiobook, I don't know, it throws me off when the audiobook has a British accent for some reason. It takes me out of it a little bit. I don't know why. I know that this is based in those kind of times and whatever, but yeah, so the audiobook's okay. It's helping me get through it, so I don't mind it so much. But yeah, just wanted to give my thoughts on this book for now. And I have one more book that I'm gonna read for this video. I'm going to text my next reality star now. Let me know in the comments before it's announced. Honestly, it might be in the thumbnail though. But let me know in the comments who you think is gonna be the next reality star that I ask for a recommendation. Interested to see what you think. Okay, see you guys later. Okay, hi you guys. I am low-key filming this maybe 2.5 weeks or so after reading A Touch of Shadows. I don't know why. I kept thinking that I filmed my like final thoughts on it when I was in the middle of this vlog. Now the vlog is over. I'm fully editing it right now and have to add this back in. But okay, my thoughts on Touch of Shadows. Now, it's been a little bit of a while, obviously, so it's not fresh thoughts, but overall, I just didn't really love the book. I'm sitting somewhere between a 2 and 3 star. I honestly think I might go 2 because I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, like not someone who's new to reading, not someone who loves reading. Like there's no sector of person that I would think that this book would be interesting for. Yeah, I was just kind of disappointed. It did get better. The first like 50%, I was saying like, I don't know if I can do this. I was about to DNF it and I was already like 200 pages in. I even posted on TikTok about that and people were like, just DNF it, life is too short. But right after I posted that TikTok, it started getting better, which I told you guys about in the video. But it didn't get phenomenally better, just better than, like the bar was already on the floor and it just like lifted up a little bit. I felt like the 2 main characters just fell in love way too quickly. Like by the time they were fully enthralled with each other, I was like, wait, did I miss something? Like, how are these 2 people so obsessed with each other? And they literally just met. So I didn't like the insta-lovey kind of thing. The magic and powers and like all of the fantasy setup was kind of hard to understand, and I felt like I never really got to understanding it. And I think it could be because a lot of it I skimmed. Like I didn't love the writing of it. It felt a little bit like long-winded maybe. And I think I don't think I'm deep enough into the fantasy book lore to really like get heavily into long-winded fantasy. Like when I'm reading a fantasy, I need it to be easy to understand, a quick world building, and yeah, I'm not deep enough into the fantasy book genre to maybe enjoy something like this. So yeah, I sit at like, let's call it a 2.5 star for this one. It's unfortunate, but it wasn't horrible. I was able to end up getting through it. It is a quick book. It was only 300 and something pages, but I just wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But also there was like no crazy plot twist, and I like a plot twist in a fantasy. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to be reading in this video was chosen by none other than my favorite boy ever, Shooby-Dooby-Doo, from 2 seasons of The Circle, and I was also on battle camp with him. Me and Shooby got super close during battle camp. We were on the same team, the Bears blue team, and we were there from the beginning to the end with each other. My #1 alliance member, my favorite guy ever. And I don't think Shooby's necessarily like a fiction reader. He's really smart, but I don't think he's a fiction reader. So the 2 book options that I gave him were, what were the options I gave him? Okay, the 2 options I gave him were Nightbane by Alex Astor or The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And I really wanted him to pick Nightbane because I was feeling like I needed something like short and I wanted to get a good fantasy in after the bad fantasy. But he ended up picking The Nightingale, which I'm actually very happy about in hindsight. Again, this is me talking about it after. You're gonna hear my thoughts after the fact, but it ended up being a good pick, and I'm very happy that he picked it. So let's get to reading The Nightingale. Feeling well, so I drove her to her hot yoga class that she has to teach, and while I'm waiting for her in the car, I'm reading The Nightingale. It's been a few days. I was traveling for my friend Hannah's baby shower in Arizona, then I had some work events and stuff, so I haven't been able to read in the past few days, but I've been excited to get back to this because I'm honestly really enjoying it. I'm 60 pages in and vibes are high, vibes are great. I just realized I still haven't recorded my reaction to the last book I read. You've already seen it though, because I'm gonna record it after this clip, but put it in before this clip, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Salty cheeks. It's not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. You guys, this book is so good. I'm not gonna make this clip long because I look insane. It's taken a while to get through this book, mostly because I've only had like hour chunks each day to read. And it is 570 pages, so it's no small feat, but I'm getting through it actually quicker than expected. Like, I sit here and read for so long and never want to put the book down, and it never feels like a chore. I'm not even picking my phone up to watch TikTok. I am very thankful that Shubi picked this book, and I don't even think Shubi knew what he was doing when he picked probably my favorite read of the year. And that's why Shubi's my boy. Like, he just gets it, you know? But no, I'm very excited about this. Every time I post about this book, people are like, oh my gosh, best book ever, the ending, you're gonna cry. It's so, what I'm getting right now, so I always thought that the ending was like super sad because everyone says that they cry, but apparently it's one of those things where it's like, you'll be happy with the ending, but it's also like, will pull at your heartstrings. So I think there might be some sad things and happy things that happen combined together. This is making me like historical fiction too, in a way that I don't think I really have before. I've really only ever tried to read like 2 other historical fiction books, and they were pretty boring to me. I never loved history in school. I was always really bad at it because I don't know, like it's just something that never stuck in my head. And also because of that, Nate Bargatze has a really good joke where he talks about sometimes when you read a historical book, if you don't know what happened in history, it's kind of like a mystery. And I'm not even gonna lie, this is probably bad to say, but there's a lot of stuff in here where I'm like, whoa, wait, I didn't realize that happened during World War II or whatever. I also didn't, before this book, I obviously know about Hitler and the Nazis, etc., Germany, all that stuff. But I didn't realize France's involvement with that and like how heavily it impacted France. So this whole book is basically about the Jews in France, and not only the Jews in France, because our main characters are not Jewish, but it just shows their involvement in it all, and it's really sad, honestly. It's just a horrible tragedy that I can't believe happened, and I think, not to get political, but I think it parallels a lot to what is going on in our current America, unfortunately, so that's crazy. But yeah, I'm really loving it. I am on page 409 out of 570, so I'll probably get to like 450 tonight and then maybe read the last 100 and so pages tomorrow. But flying through it, I'd say the first like 35 to 40% of the book was pretty slow, but still was interesting to me. Like, I was understanding what all of the setup was for, and then the last 50% we are just flying through. Like, there's something happening in every single chapter, in every single scene. The chapters are also pretty short, I feel like, or you know what it is, not only are the chapters short, but they're kind of split up. In this last 50%, they're split up between the 2 different sisters' perspectives. So you kind of feel like you're shifting to a new chapter even when you're in the middle of one. So I think that's what like keeps it moving along. But yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts so far. Really enjoying this book heavily. And I'm excited because after I finish this book, I've been filming this video for a while, and after I finish this book, I'll be able to edit this video and post it for you guys. And I really, really hope that you guys like it. I'm excited about this concept of this video and hopefully doing more like this. I mean, I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but I really loved kind of connecting with my fellow reality TV people and personalities in order to pick new books. So yeah. with that being said, I'm gonna keep on reading. Also, I'm washing my comforter right now, so I only have my little blanket. That's why my bed might look a little bit barren. Good morning, you guys. We're about to finish this book. I've read a lot last night. I kept wanting to put it down and I just kept picking it back up. Wait, I actually can't believe how much I read. I thought I left it on like page 470. I'm on page 520, which means I only have about 40 pages left because there's 564 to the end. So I'm just gonna breeze through this right now and finish reading it, and I'm really scared, but I just finished. My camera died, so I have to record on my phone. I'm gonna record my full thoughts, but I just wanted an in the moment feel of what's going on in my head. And that book was so beautiful, so necessary, a perfect 5 out of 5, but I'll say more of my thoughts when my camera is back. Okay, guys, this is me after reading The Nightingale. It's been about 2 days since I finished. 2 days? Actually, no, it's just been 1 day. I finished it yesterday. Like I said yesterday, I felt like this book was so necessary. It was really fun getting into a historical fiction, something that I've never really been able to tap into. And I think this is starting a love for me for historical fiction. It was interesting reading about World War II through like the perspective of 2 people. Obviously they're fictional characters, but it still feels like you're getting a glimpse into how it really felt. And I feel like history is something that sometimes we brush over and can just be like, oh, that's so sad that that happened. But when you're in it and you're reading about it through like a first person perspective, I think it makes things a little bit more clearer. And that's what I felt. I really loved that it wasn't truly a romance. We had some romance aspects to it, which I could have done with or without. But I loved the story of the 2 sisters and kind of how separate they were, but how intertwined they still became together. And the ending of it was really cool. I liked when we got the like now timeline. It's like 1995 versus 1920 or whatever. But I liked the now perspective that we got in that last chapter of the book, especially. It all tied together and I understood whose perspective we were seeing, because before then, like in the beginning of the book, you don't know whose perspective it is kind of telling the story. So that was really interesting. And the way I keep running out of storage on my SD card is driving me nuts, but I'm just gonna finish it here. What I was saying is that it was a really sad book, but I agree with what everyone was telling me as I was saying that I was scared to read it, that the ending is sad, but also like makes you feel complete. So it doesn't just like bury you. You kind of feel good about things and sad about things. So a little bit bittersweet, but overall, an amazing book, a 5-star read, one of my favorites that I've read this year, and I'm excited to read more Kristen Hanna books. Okay, you guys, well, that is the end of this video. I just thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if I do this type of video again, what other reality TV stars you want to pick my books. If there's anyone that you know is into books and is on reality TV, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to hit them up and see if they can pick my next read for the next time I do this video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.